All right, everybody, good afternoon. We've got ourselves some breaking news here in Washington State with these Huskies. The new coach is being put in place, and for my money, it's a pretty good hire. I don't know if it was my favorite, but I don't know if any of my favorites were ever on the table. I'll tell you, the idea of Cliff Kingsbury was kind of fun, at least. I didn't think we'd be great with him, but I thought we'd at least be fun with him. So I was kind of into that the last couple days. The Pete Carroll idea was amusing, but ultimately I couldn't really see that. It would have been fun if it did happen in its own way, I think, but I don't know if it would have been good. Um, yeah, Jedd Fisch is the pick. Jedd Fisch will be the next head coach at Washington. So I'm going to say that is one of the better choices we could have made. It certainly beats Ryan Grubb in my mind, who posted yesterday on social media that he wanted the position, but he could not get it. And he's going to follow DeBoer to Alabama, which I think is best for all parties. I didn't think Ryan Grubb was ready for a head coaching job, and that would have been very Jimmy Lake-ish to me. So Jedd Fisch is the guy. He was the former head coach at Arizona, the Arizona Wildcats, and you take a look at what he's done in Arizona, he had them on the right track. There is no doubt about it. You go look at his record. That first year, 2021, they were god awful. One win. He was taking over a terrible team, by the way. 2020 Wildcats went 0-5 with Kevin Sumlin. That was, of course, the COVID year, but they were one of the worst teams in the country regardless. They couldn't score. They couldn't stop opposing teams. They were dreadful, and he took that over. And obviously, it was still pretty bad, 1-11. And then the next year, 2 years ago, he goes 5-7 with them. So we're on the right track. And last year, very impressive 10-win season. Really got that team humming by the end of the year. They played some really impressive games. They beat some ranked teams. I believe they beat UCLA down the stretch. They had that team moving in the right direction. I was very impressed with what Arizona became as that season came along. And you look at the 3 year turnaround he had there, he clearly knows what he's doing. And now he gets to come to Washington to work with our resources, our recruits. It should be a big improvement. So I'm good with this, man. He won his bowl game. There is a little bit of a career he also had at UCLA, but that's so long ago. That was only 2 games that I'm not going to read anything into that. The previous guy left. I can't even remember who it was now. And he lost the Cactus Bowl. That's really all there is to say about that. But yeah, Jedd Fisch is your new Washington Huskies head football coach. And I'm good with it. I'm happy with it. I think this is awesome. I think this is about as good as we could do, or pretty close to it. Maybe Cliff Kingsbury would have been better, but not significantly so. So what I'm going to say is I still don't have high expectations for this year. Maybe we make a bowl game. To me, that's kind of the treading water mark where, well, treading water is not the right word. It's the kind of the balance where I want it to. That would be my expectation. If we make a bowl game, I'm happy. Let me put it to you that way. So we lost Mac, which is a killer. I'm really disappointed about that. We've lost other players in the last 24 hours or so. Actually, today alone, we've lost several pieces. And it's not looking like this is going to be a good 2024 for the Washington Huskies, sad to say. So it's going to be a process, but this is a pretty good guy to invest your process in, give based on what he did at Arizona. I don't know what the future holds, but the imminent future is probably going to be just kind of a mediocre team. And look, you were never going to replace DeBoer with somebody as good as DeBoer or even close, especially not in this cycle. So that's not a disappointment to me. The disappointing part is the part that was out of our control as a team. There was nothing we could do to keep DeBoer once he got offered the Alabama job. It seems like, anyway. It seemed like he was very hot to trot on the Alabama job. So I think that we've done well today. I'm happy. Gonna go watch these NFL playoff games. Packers getting that butt whipped right now, which is great news for me. I'll get into why maybe in a future video. I will see you guys later. Bow down to Washington. Jedd Fisch is the guy. I'm behind it. I don't think this is going to be another Jimmy Lake situation, that's for sure.